I was tired while recording that video yesterday, but like, for example, I just seen a post where this girl on Instagram, if I find it, I'll screenshot it and put it somewhere here.
Wait until you're married before you have kids. People are always like, well, he can still leave you even if you're married. He can still leave you even if... Duh! Duh. The same way you can still die in a car accident even if you have your seatbelt on. But it's probably still a good idea to put that seatbelt on when you get in the car, right? Marriage protects you and gives you benefits that being a baby mama does not. Okay? So if you want to be a baby mama, that's your call. You're grown. You can do whatever you want. But stop trying to make women who want to wait until they're married before they have kids sound like they're crazy. Thank you. How come every time somebody says...
You said marriage protects you and gives you benefits that being a baby mom doesn't. Okay, what does marriage give you? It gives you papers. It's a legal document, right? Being a baby mom, you have the freedom to date who you like. You have the freedom to be free, right? The document that's connecting you together is the child's birth certificate, if you even allow, it's the child that keeps the father's surname, if that's what you even want. Marriage, yes, it can protect you if you're vigilant, if you're navigating it well. It can give you stability. Yeah, if you know how to keep a man. However, like, okay, let's say a man can put you on his life insurance. You don't need marriage for that. He can give you private healthcare. You don't need marriage for that. For example, my baby father came one day and he's like, look, I've managed to get us private healthcare. Did we need to sit down and be married and have a wedding ring for that? No, we didn't. We don't. My child has her dad's surname or their father's surnames. Do I need to have their surnames? No, I don't. So what other protection is a legal binding really giving you? Yeah, it's recognized in heaven. Of course it's recognized. It's recognized in the midst of the people that this is your husband, this is your wife. So how, let's say when that man is abusing you, how are you going to go to people and say, this man is abusing me? Or to keep up an image of like, oh yeah, marriage. Okay, if the person dies, the stuff can be left to you, but he can still sign the stuff to be left to somebody else, regardless of marriage or no. So which extra protection is this marriage of a thing giving us? What, the man is coming home every night? Even the Queen Elizabeth, who used to fly up and down here and there, did she stay with her husband every day? Huh? It's beautiful. Like, if you want marriage, it's beautiful. Marriage, look, I'm not against marriage, innit? Marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is a beautiful thing. That's why it's there. However, most of these things, all these constitutional what's, they're there to control women. They're there to put women in a certain... If you know how to handle it, like, marriage is not bad if you know how to navigate it, right? But then there are people, like, there's certain women who get married and then when they go through physical abuse, all types of abuse, then when their family says don't leave, they don't know what to do because they've been told don't leave, you're the problem, or just endure it for the sake of the kids. And it's like, do you really need to endure pain and suffering just for the sake of a diamond ring, or for the sake of stability, not even stability, for the sake of protection. I don't like it when people like to put this thing where you're being protected. It's a piece of paper. That's all it is. There are people that are in marriages and they're navigating it well. Do you get me? But when when all you're looking for is protection, me, I just wonder. I just wonder, like, I'm not against marriage. I've been engaged 1 or 2 times. I've been proposed to quite a number of times. But if I see something that I don't like, you get me? If I see something I don't like, I'll step back and step away. I'm not going to stay there. I need for you to see what you're doing wrong. And then maybe we can get back together. Do you get? People are enduring cheating in marriage and they don't know what to do. Like, be wise in that marriage. Be wise. Okay, what am I going to do if the man cheats? What am I going to do if the man hits me? What am I going to do if the man... Not even just the man. Okay, what am I going to do if this woman cheats on me? What will I do if this woman beats me up? Because, do you get me? What will I do if the woman throws hot water on me? You have to be ready. And it's funny because most times men won't tolerate bullshit. The moment you do something messed up, they won't tolerate it. But women, because they've been taught it's okay, stay there. You don't have to stay there. There's ways you can punish a man. Like, there's ways that you can punish disrespect in it. You if you can stay, if maybe something is not as major and you can stay, but you distance yourself, like you distance your energy, so that the man can come and actually say, look, I'm sorry, and I realize what I did is wrong, I'm sorry. You don't have to endure some bullshit. You get me? You also have to think, what type of upbringing do I want to give my kids? What type of life do I want to give my kids? How am I going to show them that they shouldn't tolerate bullshit from anybody? Do you get? The moment you see some red flags, this is why it's important to court. This is why it's important to get to know somebody. Yeah? Because once you see some red flags, there was a guy that I recently... It's not even like I liked him. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I liked what he was about. Until now investigating, then I saw some red flags. And I was like, he's not what I thought he was, or he's not what I thought he was. And I had to bring it up. Like, bro, like, what the heck? Because, okay, let's say now the guy flies me out and then I'm sitting there. And then he's saying, oh, like, I'm planning this, please. I like you. I want to marry you. Don't worry, bring your kids to my house. I've got this beautiful house. I'm ready for you. Huh? And then let's say now I've flown me and the kids to that guy's house, knowing or even not knowing what his red flags are. All of a sudden, I see him giving a zoot to my child. Am I going to just sit there and be like, well, it is what it is. I got married. I'm in a marriage. I'm living in this nice, hot country. Huh? Or let's say I see him, or my child goes in the bedroom and picks up his drugs. Am I going to say it's okay? It is what it is. He flew me out to this hot country. Let's say Chris Brown now. Chris Brown flies me out. And then one day I find out that he's given Tofia Kwage, but let's say he's given my child some cocaine Am I gonna sit there and say, well, it's the life that we signed up for anyway, is what it is? That's the rock star lifestyle that I signed myself up for. It's okay. And then now when my child becomes an addict, I'll just sit there. Huh? This is why it's important to get to know somebody. Find out about them. Do some digging. Yes, the person on the first date, they're not going to tell you they're this and this. But sometimes, yeah, if you wait long enough, men will tell you about themselves. Men will tell you about themselves. That's why you have to... it seems I have to start giving tips on this channel or something, because these men, these men, they ain't what you think they are. But if you're wise enough, they'll tell you about themselves, because they love to talk about themselves. They love to let off steam, things that bother them. They like to talk about that shit. Yeah, because they're looking for help. Huh? The Bible says, be the helpmate. Not you're the one looking for help. Nowadays, it's the women looking for help. No, your mentality should be, I'm helped of God. God is my helper. But because men are the men, they're looking for that helpmate. You are the weaker vessel, but your strength comes in your wisdom. Your strength is not just physical strength. Your strength comes your wisdom. That's why the Bible says, get wisdom and get understanding. The more you understand these men, they're big kids. They need healing. Sometimes people don't post their L's online. That's why envying what people have is not the right way to go. Do you get me? Focus on you. Build your own life. This thing of envying people online, oh, she's gotten married, she's like this, she's like that. These times behind closed doors, she's going through a madness. And maybe she knew for a while, but she didn't know what to do. If she didn't know, then yeah. But for people that are saying she's wrong for exposing him, now, look, if you do there's a preacher that said something this morning, and he said, people, wrongdoing has to be exposed. How will we know right from wrong? How will we know? Do you get? How will we know right from wrong if we just hide shit, cover it up under the carpet? I know, because you want to protect the kids. She can always move to a new neighborhood. Do you get? It's to shed light, because maybe there's other people going through that. So we must brush it under the rug for the sake of... Look, this is why I say teach your kids to talk. If somebody at school starts bullying them, then they can always say something back to that bully and say, well, this and this. Huh? Why are you talking about my mom like that? Or why are you talking about me like that? Because in schools we say we don't allow bullying. So if somebody's going to sit there and start bullying somebody because of their trauma, then that person's wicked. These times you'll be surprised that that person has also been touched. Because if you really have a good heart, you'd have compassion to say, oh, are you not that child from you? I think I know your mom from YouTube. I'm sorry what happened to you. Do you get me? You'll lend... Yeah. But are people that wicked in this world that they don't have a heart to just hug somebody? Come as you are. People are going through hell everywhere, here and there, in this life. Somebody's saying, "Oh, she should protect the kids." Now the kids. What are you saying? So we should protect a criminal? For you to even say that is making me suspicious. So we should protect a criminal. Just leave it to the police, and then when the police do nothing, that's even made me suspicious of the person that just said that. Do you know, in certain cultures, if a person does something like that and people find out, they'll get burnt alive. Here, you're lucky you people have just got prison and you get shoved in prison. In South Africa, if people find out that you done something like, they'll put you in a I don't know, did you go in a tire and burn you alive. Because you want to traumatize somebody's picnic. And then now we have to protect you, and but we don't want people to find out, my dear. Most brutal consequences come from crime. Even people that are against all slavery, you have to look at why was it like that? People were brutal back in the day. And when you realize why they had such brutal consequences, somebody will get hung. You have to go and learn history. Learn history. You know, sometimes you have to be evil for the greater good, not just being evil for the sake of being evil. Sometimes there's necessary evil for the greater good. So I commend her for coming online and actually telling us what happened, so that it can also open women's eyes. It can also open women's eyes, or open people with kids, even single fathers. Because things like this happen also. There's men that are single dads, and then you find out they end up getting a girlfriend or getting a woman who ends up being abusive to the kids. Isn't this what happened to Oliver Mtukuzi's daughters? But we're looking at them thinking, oh, they're singers. It's only now that they're coming out to say, oh, this Mtukuzi's wife didn't like us. She treated us inferior. It happens. I remember one time my father had, I think, after his ex-wife passed away, and then he got a girlfriend, and then the girlfriend was, she was mistreating my sister to the point, my brother had to be involved, and like, okay, we're gonna have to take my sister because you can't allow her to be mistreated. And then he was like, oh, but they're my kids. And it's like, if they're your kids, then look, don't treat them. Don't let this woman, just because you found love, you now, because people, they get blinded by love. Is it blinded by love, or they just, what is it? Juliet, it's a sad case. Like, luckily he then left that woman quick, because it's like, it's not, Juliet. So it's not just men that are capable of abuse, even women. How many times do we know evil stepmothers? This is why many times, like, there's a time where there was a guy, I've gone on dates after I'm having my children. There was a guy, me and him had been seeing each other for a year. We liked each other. He had a daughter. I just had my son then. And you know, I'd moved out into my flat. I kept on telling my friend, I loved his daughter. I loved the relationship they had. And, you know, like sometimes he would take out his baby mum for lunch and stuff like that. Like, I felt some type of way, but I was like, you know what? He has to do that to secure the relationship he has with his daughter. But I had to tell my friend I'm not yet ready to be a stepmom, because it's a huge responsibility to love a child that you haven't birthed. I was like, yes, I like the fact that he has a child, but I'm not ready to be a stepmom. I don't want to meet his daughter. I don't want to be, do you get me? I don't think I have it in my heart to be a stepmom like that. Like, because he'd said, oh, I want to settle down with you. And I had to tell him, at the moment, your baby mom has to be your wife, because I'm not ready for that. But he also said, look, I'm also not ready to meet your son. And we were calm, like we were cordial about it. And it kept the relationship between us. Must we involve the kids? No. I don't have to involve the kids. And you get. The moment a man winks an eye at you, you're already moving him in with you and your whole family. Trusty. She's now deleted all her videos, which I'm upset, because I really wanted to go dig deep and analyze in it, but she's gone and deleted her videos, so we can't sit and analyze. There was a girl, like, if you go to my church or you've been to my church, you know Esther. There was a time I sent an email to pastor because there was some things I was going through, and my pastor was like, come, let's talk about it. But you know what? I was just like, let me leave it. And I feel like Esther, because she was such a prayerful person, I think she knew that this girl is going through something, because the way I was just portraying myself, I didn't want to talk to nobody, you know. But every time certain people in the church didn't really talk to me like that, they would be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But with Esther, she would always come and just give me a hug. Even if I see her in London, she would just give me the biggest hug. Like, I don't know if she knew what I was going through or whatever. Do you get? We never sat down and spoke, but I think she knew that this girl, something is paining her. And every time she would see me, she would give me the biggest hug, and I was like, God sent this girl. And every time I'd wish her well, I'd be like, go far, because you were sensitive, you were compassionate enough. When people in the choir are like, oh, why is Sister Dawn posting like this? Why is Sister Dawn doing this? You know? Or even when the pastor's busy sending shade, why are some of you doing this and this? Esther didn't judge or didn't say nothing. Every time she would just see me, she would be so friendly. Hi, give me the biggest hug. And sometimes I'm like, this girl, does she like me that much? What is her own? She would just look me in my eyes. And I said, this girl, every time I wish her well, to the point where she ended up being on Pastor Chris's stage, you know, and she's doing big beats. I said, yeah. You know, that's compassion. Or are you people so wicked that you can't look at somebody with a compassionate heart when they're going through something and just say, you know what? Be the light to the world. Don't be a dickhead. Be a light to the world. Hey. Huh? Huh? It's a song that Pastor Chris likes to sing. Let the world see Jesus in your eyes. Show them love that they can't deny. Huh? It's inevitable. There's wickedness. Death is reigning in this world. But we are not of this world. We are in this world, but we're not of this world. So how are we going to show people that we're not of this world? Yes, when the world is saying that there's casting down, Who will say there's lifting up? It's us that's supposed to say there's lifting up. There's hope. There's light. Shed light. Huh? Were people in the Bible not criminals? There were plenty of criminals. Did David not rape a woman? David raped a woman who it was still written in your Bible. Huh? But still God used him. But if we push it under the rug, David will continue going raping up and down, left and right and center. Herod killed children. Who will stop them? Some of you will say we don't like the police. Is that what the Bible said? Fuck the police. Pray. Some of you will say we don't like Donald Trump. Did the Bible say hate the people in power? It said pray for them so that you can live in peace. Huh? So, okay, if we brush it under the rug and now protect a criminal, what then? There's a thing where she's put and said that those were his biological kids. She knew him 6 months prior to meeting him. But this is why whether you can't trust anybody. Do you get me? You can't trust anybody. I feel like the only person that can understand pain, yeah, is when you've birthed those kids, because the realization that you've carried these kids in your belly 9 months. Some of us didn't go through the best pregnancies. Do you get what I mean? And then when you have to push out that baby, it took you how many hours of labor to push out that baby? Nobody understands. Do you get? Nobody. You never really like children until you have your own. Until you have your own, that's when you realize what love is. If a man, this is why I'm saying Shira, yeah. Shira's not to blame, because Shira said something where she said, sometimes you have to hold these men accountable because they don't give birth. They don't. Have you seen how some men will react during the birth? They'll just be acting so odd. They'll just be acting so odd. You see a man wanting to vomit after seeing blood. And it's like, why are you wanting to vomit because there's blood? But it's like, what? You'll see some man just sitting on one couch. That's if he even turns up to the birth. Some men will not even turn up to the birth. So that tells you, when the man likes you, yeah, that's what they said. Like, when a man likes you, that's when he'll be there through thick and thin, because it's the realization that I love this woman. Yeah, I love this woman. I'm gonna be there during birth. That's when they start taking responsibility and doing the best they can. When they love you. But it takes a certain, not a certain skill, but it takes a certain energy for you to get that out of a man. These men, you have to hold them accountable. Well, for a man to love your kids like his own life, for him to be willing to... One thing that I remember, my pastor said, until a man is willing to die for you, that's how you know he loves you. If he's willing to die for you, not that he doesn't have to die for you, but once you get to that point where you look at this man and you're like, I know this man will die for me. As Christ loved the church, if he's not ready to die for you, if he's not ready to, you know, if a man... this guy friend, this guy friend said, my dad, we asked my dad, like, who would he pick if, let's say, there was a fire? Who would he save first? And he said, my wife. Because the kids, we made them. We can always make more. But my wife, I can't. Do you get me? And that's quite deep, though. That's quite deep. Do you get? Though me, I want greater than that. But I'm not going to tell you. Because, do you get me? I want better than that. But she's saying it could happen to anyone. But must it happen to anyone? Must it happen to anyone? We must take precautions before entering these marriages. You must take precaution. The person that was saying marriage gives you protection than being a baby mom. Sometimes being a baby mom, you're in your own house. Your man can come to visit. If you say, no, I don't want you to come today, you have the right. You have the right to say you're busy. If you want to go on holiday, nobody's telling you can't go on holiday. Do you get what I mean? If he wants to come and see his kids, if he wants to bring groceries, today, babes, I'm coming to... Like, this is the type of relationship I have with my baby dad. Because I know, we've gone through some madness. I have my own place, he has his own place. But the day he wants to see his kids, come and see your kids. You're in a happy mood. Come and see your kids. We go out, we do things, takes me back home. I'm at peace in my house. I don't have to cook for everybody. I don't have to cater for you like I'm your mom. I don't have to wash your clothes. You can do that yourself, because at least he knows he has his own responsibilities. Sometimes when these men don't have much to lose because you're doing everything for them. Yeah, when they don't have much to lose because everything you're doing for them, you're cooking for them, you're cleaning for them. Doing all that is not what keeps a man. Doing all that is not what keeps a man, no. A man needs to see the value in his own life for him to now take his family and say, you know what, I value my family. Once he sees the value in his own life, in his own existence, when he knows I've got this to lose. If I lose this woman, I've got this to lose. I've got that to lose. That one didn't have nothing to lose because it's just like, I've got a trophy. I've got a trophy wife and some kids I don't even care about. If anything happens, I don't give a shit. Do you get? Maybe I'll start. I might start giving tips in it, but the thing is, I might start giving tips. You need to give that man a sense of purpose. He has to have a purpose to say, this is the reason I do this. This is the reason I'm doing this. It's for my family. He needs to know that, do you get me? His heart has to be so open that I can't lose this woman. I can't lose my kids. I can't lose what I have. Me, my first baby dad, do you get me? We're not on the best terms, but I know that I know. Certain things he did with his first baby mom, he won't do with me. Because he knows that there's certain things I won't tolerate. That man, let me tell you, he tried for how many years? 6 years he was in my life. It's not like I just got pregnant within the first week of meeting somebody. 6 whole years I got to know this man. had a baby with him, he still let me down. He still let me down, but after he let me down, that's when I opened my eyes. I said, Ratted, you can't take it too easy with these niggas. You really can't. You really can't. But is exactly the same things he tried to put his first baby mom on. I said, nah, you ain't finna put me through that. I'd rather walk away from you. I'd rather walk away from you. To the point he was the one calling me. You know, after I told him we need to talk, then he was calling me, arranging dates so that we can talk, so he can explain himself. And I'll just sit and listen. I'll just sit and listen and be like, okay, right? So, but one thing I can tell you, because of the steps I took, I don't have headache thinking about one baby that did me dirty. I don't have headache. During Valentine, we spent 3 hours. There was one Valentine's we spent 3 hours talking on the phone, laughing. We weren't together. But we were just laughing on the phone. My son was listening, happy as Larry, because he could hear his dad on the phone. Because there's no headaches. We're doing our parenting. It's not. Do you get what I mean? Some of you, just to keep the man in your life, you endure heartache, you endure so much cheating, so much this and that, just to keep the man in your life. Me, I said, if he wants to go and have a girlfriend, let him have a girlfriend. We can speak on the phone. For this, as long as my son is happy and he knows he's got a dad. And then after that, he started stepping up. Even opened a store on my son's birthday. I didn't even know. Opened a candy store on my son's birthday. I said, this is what you do. And that's what motivated my son. If my son knows he wants, my son is always like, Mom, I want to work. When I become 18, I want to work. Why? Because he saw his dad opening a business. He was like, oh, I can't wait to work in a shop. Do you get? Some of you, your husband will be shouting at you, or your baby dad will be shouting at you. Is that how you want your kids to end up shouting at you? Because they copy what they see. Huh? Kids copy what they see. Now if her kids start doing the same shit because she didn't take, do you get me? I'm just looking at the response that Shira said, and she said, look, I told you not to be a pick-me-sha. I told you, sometimes some have an attitude. Sometimes it pays to have an attitude. One guy got excited and she's like, whoa, your baby that said you have an attitude. I was like, that's why he likes me. That's why he likes me, because of my attitude, because I'm not going to tolerate him doing all sorts of bullshit in my vicinity. Yeah, your baby that said you have an attitude. Your own baby daddy is hitting you because you went through his phone. Me, I never gone through that. I'd rather have an attitude. If he disappears, at least he's disappeared. Is he laying his hand on me? No. Your own baby father can talk to you anyhow. Me, the moment my baby father started texting me anyhow, I went and showed his family. I was like, look, this is how your son is busy texting me. In my face, he'll never even dare speak to me like that. He'll rather send it through text. And I'll say, to the point, his sisters were like, don't even listen to him. We don't tolerate that. His sisters were like, no, we don't tolerate that. Leave him. If he wants to be a waste man, his sisters were like, let him go. Don't worry. We'll support you in any way. We'll bring you ntaba. We'll bring you kwanga. I don't know that they're native food. He's like, let that man go. That's how he is. Even the sisters knew. They were like, that's how he is. Let him go. You're busy crying tears because you're mad. You. Huh? Oh yeah. He said that you've got an attitude. I said, that's why he likes me, babes. That's why he likes me. Till now, the man is busy posting songs dedicated to me. What are you saying? Come and see me. Come and see me. I ain't coming to see you. It's okay. Distant makes the heart grow fonder. If you have to step away from somebody, step away instead of tolerating madness. Now when the damage is done, that's when you want to run. No. The moment the person shows you their true colors, the moment a person shows you true colors, vamoose. Because that's, people love to just take advantage. Teach your children self-defense. Teach your children. Kick him in the balls if he comes to touch you. Kick him in the balls. Me, I'm vicious. People don't know me. Me, I'm vicious. Somebody, I don't know. Somebody tried something a few months ago. The way I broke their glass out of their hand. Because I don't tolerate bullshit. Don't try to come for me. I mean, my children's happiness comes top. My children's happiness comes top there before anything else. Then my happiness. Do you get me? Do you know the type of pleasure I feel every day seeing my daughter and my son happy, running around screaming, doing the most, running around naked, knowing that they're safe? Do you know the type of joy I see knowing that they can run and not feel like they feel ashamed of their bodies? Because they're safe. Because that's how we were running around in Africa. You're better off having your own little cheaply rented house, knowing that your kids are happy and healthy, running around, screaming. You're on your own, working from home, doing a 9 to 5 while your kids are in nursery. You're better off living like that. If you have family, as long as you're careful with the family that you have, where's their grandmother?
Dealing with men, if you have kids until they're old and grown enough to speak for themselves and be in school and whatnot. Did you not hear when I said all of that? Don't blame me. I tell people all the time, don't say my name if you are desperate and being Pygmisha.
A lot of people nowadays are so desperate to be in a relationship or a marriage that they forget that you have what they would say baggage. You've got kids. I don't know where this one is saying these are his own kids, but I thought she said that she had kids outside of wedlock when she was 17. So it's now, what is it? Which one is it? Are those his kids? Are they not his kids? What? My dear, as a woman, as a mother, your children come first. Your children come first before anybody. Do you get? If there's a man that wants to marry you, there's a way. There's ways that you can stop these men from doing all that predator shit. Which maybe I might start teaching on, innit? But
how about go get your own money? How about stop sitting over? Stop. Please, ladies, please stop waiting on a man to fulfill your life financially, spiritually, emotionally, all this other extra stuff, and find your own way. Do that. Because when you find your own way and you know your self-worth and you know what you are capable of and what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate, then the good man will come find you. But
Hans niece has a point. Like, the system is willing to help, because at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with procreating. There's nothing wrong with having kids. It's about living above your means. It's about living above your means. If God forbid, let's say if a thief comes to your house and it's just you and your kids, you can call the 999 straight away and the police will come and turn up, innit? And then at least they'll know that there's a high crime rate in your area that they need to sort out. The thing, we look at these men like we need protection so much. I need a man to protect and provide. Did the Bible say that a man is there to protect you? They said that the man just love your wives. It didn't say. It's Ruth that said to this her king, was it Boaz, when he said, what do you want? And then she said to him, protect me. Women in the Bible weren't looking for protection like you people, though. Women in the Bible weren't looking for protection like that. Now, protect and provide for me. Do your own shit. Go and sell some tomatoes. Go and... Is this dangerous thing where people feel that they need to go and prostitute? Where you feel that you need to go and prostitute yourself, where there's no other means. Go and sell tomatoes, sell potatoes. Go sell in the supermarkets. Work a few hours a day. Is there a crime against working? But what Shira said is that if you want a man of means, you have to be smart. Your oblongata has to be your Was Jezebel looking for protection from Samson? Did Eve ask for protection from Adam? Did God tell Adam, you must protect Eve from the animals? Abraham, did God tell Abraham, or did Abraham say, I'm here to protect you? Even when he tried to protect you and say, oh, tell them you're my sister, she went and fucked up the whole mission anyway. She went and messed it up anyway. All this, I want a protector. And you don't know what comes with all that protection and provide. Trust me, some of us had protector and provider fathers, and we still saw what they get up to. Yeah, they'll protect and provide and cheat. They'll protect and provide. And disappear. Okay, so the times where he disappears to go to another woman, who's protecting and providing for you? Do you see in the animal kingdom a lioness telling a lion, protect me? It just says, bring food home. Bring food home so we can eat and feast in the presence of our enemies. not to protect me. Do you, my dear, even in the animal kingdom, these animals, they'll put you through so much. They'll put the babies through so much so that they learn to be resilient. Not, we're protecting you. Kids are the ones who need protection, not the woman. Not the woman per se. It's not the woman that needs protection. It's the kids that need a certain level of protection, but they also need to be built up so that they need to be prepared for this life. Huh? They need to be prepared. A bird is not going to keep an egg in its nest for all its life. Huh? This protection and providing. The protection you people are going on about is somebody putting you in a house. Is that protection? You can win the lotto and get yourself a house. You can get a job, get yourself a house. Save you the headache of dealing with a whatless man. It's good because we want our kids to know their fathers, but if the damage is done, the damage is done, innit? There's other ways. Some of us, it's okay if... Do you know... I remember when I was about 15, yeah. Me and my father used to cheat. I remember when I was 15 and I was like, this man just needs to move out and get his own place. If he wants to cheat, let him cheat in peace. Not even cheat, let him have his girlfriend in peace somewhere else. He needs to move out. Because I was tired. It's not every day my mom must be crying tears because her husband is cheating. For the sake of having a man in the house. I said he needs to go and find a little bedsit and get a girlfriend. Because he obviously ain't satisfied with one punani. We're sitting there for protection and provide. I enjoyed living with my dad, I'm not gonna lie. The times where he worked abroad, yeah, I missed him, but it was okay because there was aunties in the house. My mom would then have her sisters around and we would be having girly times. You know? Some of these men, it's not every day we must see your face. Huh? Go outside, go do something. Go and play golf with your mates. Huh? Go and have hobbies. We like to tell women to have hobbies. These men need to also have hobbies. Go and do things outside so that you're not tempted to do something stupid in the house with somebody else's kids. Go out. Honestly. Go and have hobbies. Have friends. You like to tell women have friends. Have you got friends? Go and have a beer. At least when you're drunk and just sitting on the sofa, there's not much you can do because you're drunk as shit.